Rolling. Yay! Welcome everybody. I am Shalhavit Simcha and I'm so happy to have a special guest on PosiFest. I'll ask you to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Michael.
And I met Michael through my cousin. We're in Israel right now, recording in Sunset in the village where I grew up. And Michael came here especially to tell us about an amazing app that he's creating. Just tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. So the app name is called We Love, and it's a free app where we collect all kinds of teachers in subjects around intimacy, health, nutrition, meditation, yoga, relationships. It's all videos, very simple, very
Very user friendly.
yeah, user friendly, free, kind of like Duolingo, like short videos, each a few minutes long on different subjects that I mentioned. And
Would you say it's like a Duolingo for like self-love or
yeah,
body, mind, or
personal growth,
personal growth?
Yeah, intimacy, relationships, um, embodiment, mostly.
Embodiment.
Yeah.
Right, you had the logo. It was embodiment.
Yeah, intimacy and relationships. Yeah.
Embodiment, intimacy, and relationships.
Yeah.
Can you explain those phrases a little bit? What is embodiment?
Well, basically it's a huge subject, but basically everything that teaches you how to connect with your body, that's how I see it. So it can be anything from practices of yoga and meditation to physical psychotherapy. Like it's very, very open, it's a very broad subject, and it's a very rapidly growing subject as well. So very interesting. A lot about trauma, a lot about
Trauma.
yeah, emotional intelligence, all these fields that the world is becoming more and more familiar with, in our evolution.
So re-love, like rebirth, re-love, right? That's the name of the app.
Yeah.
I checked it out, and well, actually, the way I met Michael is because my cousin, who I didn't know very well, was also visiting Israel. You guys met. Where did you meet?
In Thailand.
They met in Thailand, and he does the development of the app, and Michael is the founder.
Yeah, founder.
And it's really an app that's about our relationship with our body, and when our body is in a relationship with another person. So the whole discussion of intimacy and relationships, our connection to ourselves. What else? There's embodiment,
Intimacy and relationships.
intimacy and relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was talking to my cousin. His sister was there, and she said, "Oh my God, an app that just tells the world about our intimate relationship with our body." Um, and I told her, I was like, "Hey, this way anyone could access it in an intimate way. Like you could just access it on your phone. You don't need to be like in a big workshop with lots of people.
Yep.
You just have access to all these teachers." So tell us a little bit more about what's in the app and maybe your journey to like why did you develop the app and why is it so important to you?
Well, it happened by chance. I was actually developing games in my previous job.
What kind of games?
Strategy games.
Cool.
And then basically because of some physical trauma, I went and started to practice yoga and meditation and vipassana and all kinds of things, and I started to see a big improvement with all kinds of symptoms I was having.
Really?
Yeah.
Vipassana is like being silent for a week.
Yeah, for a week or 10 days.
10 days. And that helped with your body.
Yeah, it's just listening to your body, it's listening to my body and just processing what's in the body. And there was so much benefit coming from it that I was saying, like, why didn't I hear about these things, earlier? Why didn't I have access to them earlier? Because, school and high school and university, they don't focus so much on these subjects.
Yeah.
And they are very important for any human being who wants to have a good life. So, first of all, I was like, okay, what's the best gift I could give to my younger self? And that was like this, because I was so afraid when I was young to ask about these questions, and my parents didn't talk about it so much, and my environment didn't, it's kind of like
taboo.
Yeah. So here, I can discreetly check all kinds of very interesting teachers that I met in my travels in the last 4 years, from festival to festival, from community to community, and just looking for very interesting people who research these things and teach these things.
What
in
kind of
festivals.
topics do they teach?
Well, a lot around sexuality, a lot about relationships, a lot around yoga, a lot around
So also
health,
nutrition.
health, like everything which is relating to our body, basically. The way we treat our body also reflects a lot of the way we treat other people's bodies as well. So it's all
Wow.
about creating more empathy and more
Wow.
emotional intelligence and more tools, to know how to come out from addiction or unconscious trauma and start to heal, basically, and take control of your life, basically, and of your body as well. Yeah, no, everything is for free. I mean, there's a few bigger courses that I offer the teachers to sell on the app, so the teachers can also make some revenue, especially
by
in
the
these
way,
Corona times.
Speaking of teachers, you said you're still open for more teachers.
Yeah,
So
we
you're
are
still looking
constantly
for
growing.
more.
Yeah.
So they're constantly growing with more teachers. So
Yeah,
if
more
you
teachers
know
and more users. Yeah.
more teachers, more users. So if you know of teachers, so you said there teachers could also make revenue from the app and also share free courses.
Yeah.
So if you download the app right now, you'll have a bunch of free. They're short videos, right?
Well, it's like consolidated by subject, so you can have like a relationship, so it can be about sexuality, it can be about the womb, like it can be about menstruation, lots of subjects that are more hard to hear about and consult, and you have people who are actually working with this, all kinds of therapists and practitioners and so on, that are offering information, that can help you up your life, improve your life.
So this app is mostly for female-bodied people /
Right now,
women, or
yeah, mostly more for
can men benefit from it as
yeah,
well?
definitely. But right now, there's more abundance when you look into the feminine studies. But I'm also looking lots for like conscious males and like for the males as well. But we plan to cover both. It's just whatever comes
And so you have
first.
teachers from both angles. Of,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the one that I opened was about self-love, and there's like a short. It was like maybe like 4-minute video, I think. They're pretty short videos,
Yeah.
very well produced, very professional, of different teachers that just kind of offer their teaching for free, or you could go for the paid one as well.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And you said you did that for kind of like looking at your younger self, what you would like to have had
Yeah.
when you were younger.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I see the sun is. Oh, I kind of want to show you guys the
Yeah.
sunset.
The sunset is really beautiful.
Can I show? Yeah, maybe I'll try to show the sunset. Put on the shoes. Uh-oh. Take my headphones out of the speaker. One second, I'll show you the sunset. Yeah, the barbed wire is not very romantic, but
Yeah, the tree is nice.
oh yeah, check out the tree.
Olive tree.
This is an olive tree. You see the olives? This is how olives look like before they're yeah, little anecdote. So I guess the last thing we like to ask on PositiveFest, so I guess how long have you been working? Just curious, how long have you been working on the app, and what is your vision for the app? And it's free, right?
Yeah, the idea came to me like 2 years ago, and then I was just talking with all kinds of teachers, designing it, and I met your cousin. What, 2 years? No. 2 years ago.
I have no idea.
Anyway.
Before Corona.
Yeah, a few months after I started to work on my vision, or a year or so. Anyway, it's all kind of mixed. But yeah.
And you also have a graphic designer who makes very beautiful illustrations.
Yeah. But then I met him in Thailand, and I told him, and we started to code it about a year ago, and we released it half a year ago or so.
Oh wow! And you already have more than.
No, we have already like 1,000 registered users, more than that, and every day more and more downloads. But basically, we just started. So I mean, any help, telling about it to your friends or spreading the word about it, and it's free. It's on the Apple Store. It's on the Google Play Store. Yeah.
Or if you know of teachers that want to teach on the app. Yeah, just check it out.
Yeah, it's free for teachers as well.
Yeah, I think Michael is open for feedback or collaborations.
Yeah, ideas.
It already has tons of content, which is really cool. Like you're already getting a lot of helpful information.
A few dozen courses already free that you can check. But yeah, anything with community feedback, project is for us, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And so it's a lot about intimacy and self-connection and sexuality. Is there like an age limit that you recommend it for, or?
Well, we just did 17 plus or 18 plus, you know, but.
But anyone can learn about their body, but you're recommending it for 17 and up.
Yeah, according to the Google and Apple guidelines, you know.
Yeah,
because we talk about sexuality, so we have to respect the rules. So I put the app on 18 plus or 17 plus.
Even though we both wish we had these things in high school.
Well, you know, the world is slowly learning. You know, it will take hopefully, few generations, you know, to make this not a taboo subject anymore. You know, because you know when people are educated, then they will probably avoid, you know, trauma and mistakes and so on. And it's all about making a revolution of knowledge, just like, you know, happened 400 years ago with the books. So now the internet is doing another information revolution. So
can you tell me of your favorite 3 things that you learned so far, or things that you like in the app teachings?
Well, we don't have it yet in the app. We are trying to find a good teacher. I mean, I think one amazing subject is something called NVC, nonviolent communication.
Oh, I love nonviolent communication is amazing.
That's amazing tool. I mean, there's a whole basic yoga course you can do for free in the app, and that's amazing. Yeah, with a really good friend of mine, a teacher from Canada, and he's amazing. And there's like, I don't know, a few hours of videos of content of asanas, teaching one by one the chakras and so on. So that's also amazing exercise. And there's a few teachers talking a lot about relationships, resolving all kinds of difficulties in relationships, conflicts. Like just becoming aware that there is a tool, that there is a way to handle whatever you experience in a different way, in a more positive way. That's very reinforcing.
That's awesome. Thank you. Like there's so many things. Maybe I'll ask you one last question for what we love asking everybody in PosiFest, because we have, I think the last video was Michael, who's like the CEO of New York Business Consultants, and you know, and people are like, wow, you're building this app, and you know, the app is beautiful, and you know, the question is just to kind of remind us that we're all people. So the question is, looking back, it could be on the last year or a decade, really, what would be an advice that you would give yourself?
Download the app.
What?
If it existed back then, it was like, download the app. You know?
Download the app.
The advice? Well, probably go to Vipassana the first time I heard about it when I was like 20 something and not 30 something.
Really?
Yeah.
Vipassana made a big difference for you?
Yeah, that was a huge jump. Yeah, that was definitely an amazing tool. Yeah. Like meditation. Going deep into meditation. The earlier the better, I think. It really helps to open a window, you know, into taking control of your life in a way. Yeah.
Really? And that's by 10 days of silence?
Well, there's different kinds. That's a very extreme one, a very challenging one.
There are different kinds of Vipassana?
There's all kinds of meditation. Vipassana specifically, the Goenka school is like very strict. 10 days, silent.
Airplane! Let's see if we can see. You can see the airplane on the...
Yeah.
Let's see if I can try to catch it.
But, probably. I would have sent myself earlier to meditation course. I don't know if we heard that.
Say it again.
I say it again. Yeah, I think the biggest advice would be sending myself to a meditation course. Yeah, earlier in
I haven't done Vipassana yet. I really want to. Maybe you could recommend a Vipassana. Do you have Vipassana tools on the app? Or Vipassana has to be a retreat?
No, but now there's like so many apps that teach mindfulness, and give all kinds of meditation, easy, accessible, step by step. Vipassana is like very extreme, 10 days without talking and just sitting the whole day from morning to night.
I need to do that.
So it has to go, step by step. Most people, I don't think, would be happy to try.
Yeah, it's extreme. Yeah.
Yeah, especially now, when you're so bombarded by so much, content and then TV and news and then phones and people like suddenly taking a break from everything can be very scary. But I survived, and it really.
How long ago did you do it?
4 years ago.
4 years ago, and it made a significant difference for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I did 3 years ago something called the Landmark Forum. We talk about that. It's a 3.5 day, but it's not silent. There's like a lot of like getting, like you start looking at the patterns of your behavior and finding blind spots, and it allowed me to sing. I was not able to sing before. I definitely want to check out Vipassana though.
Yeah, I mean that's great. Everything that basically forces you to take a break from the automatic
machine,
kind of like, the 9 to 5 or the train that you do, unconsciously just out of habit, and it allows you to suddenly stop and reflect, like, okay, what is serving me, what is not, what do I want to change, just what you said.
Cool. So your advice for yourself would be do Vipassana earlier.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Most people that we ask, they're kind of like, I wish I was more kind to myself, or not rush. Someone said the other day, it's like, I did it with, I had a meeting at the Scottish Parliament, and I like to start, especially when I talk about mental health apps or my projects. Oh! Someone's going fast.
That's a small one.
Smaller ones go faster? Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah. So it was like with 3 people that work at the Scottish Parliament and the government, and I asked them for their advice. I kind of started, we're looking at my research and we're looking at policy, and I started the meeting by like looking back and give ourselves advice just to be related, to remind us that we're human. And one of them said, I wish I trusted people more. And I was like, that was just so, he said like, he works with a lot of people and he kind of always feels like he could do it by himself. Which you just mentioned that you give someone else, you're delegating.
Yeah, delegation is important.
Yeah. So I just like hearing from people, like, I don't know, just advice. It's just nice to grow from it. But, and remind us that we're all human and we all have advice for ourselves looking back. And we're here and we're taking advice from each other.
Yeah, on the other hand, like, eventually you do things exactly in the right time you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's also looking forward. Looking forward, what would be your advice for yourself?
Yeah. Well, I would definitely be then, just download the app, because it's all about accessibility, discovering these things, that knowing that they even exist, like that's a huge game changer. Because most of the content I'm bringing to the app are these things that you won't find, easily. You only find them in communities or like, weird hippie festivals and so on. And some of these things are really, really, really interesting, really beneficial.
Enriching,
really enriching. Especially now with Corona, it's much more difficult to travel and to go to different festivals. Some countries don't have festivals right now. So this gives, work for the teachers as well. As we're just basically moving the medium from festivals online.
This one is really loud. We're next to the airport. Let's see if I could catch it on the camera. Hold on. Oh, it's gonna be too high. Hold on. Wow, it's so low. Well, thank you so much for your contribution, for your generosity. I know you're doing it just from your heart. You don't have like a sponsor yet, or you're just doing it because you care about people. So really,
I care about, if I reincarnate again, I want to have this.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
What a cool blessing for yourself. Yeah, no, that's just, well, hopefully you'll reincarnate and have those. Or we just live forever and live a happy life. Oh gosh, what a generation.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this channel and everything you just told me that you did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay, go team. High five. Cool. All right, well, so we're going to post, obviously, a link for the app.
Yeah.
Is there a contact with the app for teachers? Or?
Yeah, there's like a contact. You can contact us, send us recommendations of teachers that you heard, or just tell it to your friends, post it on your Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, just share. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.